Okay. Hello. This is gonna be just a quick run through of the menus and stuff of Batman Arkham Knight. I just wanted to show you guys. Oh man, I have to actually get into a game too because I have to show you after you get all the riddles, it reveals um, yeah, tapes, audio tapes that you can listen to for all different kinds of characters in the game. And, if you listen to them, it adds a little bit to the story. Um, but before we do that, I'm going to show you guys some of the uh, menu things, some of the kinds of things that you can look through in the menus and stuff, some of the unlockables and stuff. So this is the original Batmobile that you start off with at the beginning of the game. This is the one that you can see after the first Batmobile gets destroyed. This is the second one. And then there's different kinds of themes for them. These are all the DLC ones. Rocksteady. It's just like white and black. They're all the same model, I think. And they just have a little different design on them. So see, here's this one's the Riddler Batmobile, it's called. And then there's a Robin one, which I like a lot actually. I just didn't want to put any when I played through it on the stream that I did. I just didn't want to put any of the DLC things in the main game so that it all looked genuine, like it was, being played for the first time. And then there's this one. This is a prototype version. It's a basic version of the one that we see in the game. It's just like it's a prototype. It says it's like before the actual. Oh, this is the original Arkham Batmobile from like Arkham Asylum. I forgot about these ones. These are only available in races. See, there's a different Batman too. This is from the old 80s movies, I think. 1989, yeah. And then there's the 60s TV series. These are pretty cool. Okay. And then there's the, yeah. It says it comes in black. This is the one from, yeah, what's the name of the movie? Batman Begins. And that series. Oh my god, what's his name? Christian Bale, Batman. That's what this one is. And then there's Batman vs. Superman, Batman. The Batmobile from that movie. And I'm assuming Justice League, but I haven't seen it yet, so I would kind of doubt that the Batmobile's in it. And then there's the Joker Mobile, which is apparently unavailable. This is the one that you see in that Joker hallucination thing at the end of the game. It's pretty cool. It's got teeth down here and a bow tie. And hands and feet. And it's Joker's colors. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. And then there's all these characters. I don't know what this locked one is. I have no idea. It doesn't tell me. This is the one that you start off at the very beginning of the game with before you actually get the metal armor and stuff. This one. Which this is what it looks like by the end of the game. It's all damaged and destroyed. And in really bad shape. See? It's got tears and cuts and nicks in it, and look at the cape. You can tell mostly by the cape. Because as you play through any Arkham game, the bat suit that you're wearing gets damaged. And then here's an undamaged one. Here's like basically another model, an undamaged one. It's essentially what you look like when the game starts. Again, it's the same model. It's just like, oh, this one says version 8.03. This one says version 8.04. Just for whatever. And this is New 52 Batman, which I don't like his shoulders. I don't like it. I don't know if I like any of the other ones other than the starting ones. 70s Batman, where he's wearing the underwear. Flashpoint Batman. This is Thomas Wayne. from the Flashpoint Paradox. He has guns. Just noticed that. Batman Noel, which I don't like this at all. I really don't like it. It's ugly. Look at his chest. Hold up. Look at his chest. I don't like that. That's ugly. And the ears are really small. I don't like the ears. This is like, I think this one is from an animated TV show or something, brought into the real world. Was what it looks like. And this is the '89 movie. Yeah, they all essentially look very similar. Oh, this is Arkham Origins, which also confirms that Arkham Origins is a part of this Arkham universe. I mean, it's dark. It's actually darker than it is in Arkham Origins. It doesn't look like this in Arkham Origins. I don't know if I like that. Iconic gray and black Batman skin, it says. And I don't like the utility belt. His gloves are really ugly. I don't know if I like that. Like I said, I don't know if I like any of them except for the starting ones. Like the ones that are actually meant to be played with. First appearance Batman. This is what he first looked like in the comics. The ears. The ears. I just can't get past the ears. Look at the ears at the top. Look at that. What is that? What is that? What are you doing with your ears, Bruce? Purple gloves. Purple. It's Batman vs Superman. And actually, this one kind of looks like, I don't know if it is, but it just looks like they actually put Ben Affleck's face in there. But I don't know. Don't quote me on that. And this is the Arkham Asylum Batsuit, and technically Arkham City Batsuit too, but, you know, because they're pretty much the same one. That's the Robins. I don't want to get to the Robins yet. And then there's Batman Beyond. Yeah, look at this. And like how there's no cape, but you can still glide. That little pack on the back opens up, and there's little wings. I would demonstrate them all, but it would take a little longer than I would. Like, I don't really want to spawn them, as them all in, back out, and go back to. Yeah, that's kind of. Dark Knight Returns. I don't remember that movie. I think it was a movie. I don't remember what that's from. And then this is the 2008 movie. This is the whatchamacallit? Yeah, Christian Bale. And this one, they actually definitely did put Christian Bale's face in there. Looks just like him from Batman Begins. Okay, and then there's the original Robin from the game, Tim Drake. You know, clearly. New 52, Tim Drake. He's got green, kind of classic looking Robin. He's got the hair. I just don't really like the way they did his face. I don't really like the way they did Tim's face for this. Original Tim Drake. So this is like when his first appearance, I think. Okay. And then there's 1 year later. It's almost close to his Red Robin suit that you can see in comics and Google pictures if you don't know. It's almost similar to the Red Robin suit, and I like it. And there's a classic TV series, which I think that was Dick Grayson actually in the 60s TV show. But yeah, imagine wearing this every day for work on TV, looking like an idiot. I'm sorry. I don't like that. And then here's the original Catwoman from the game. It's not very interesting. I mean, it is, but it's not as interesting as, for example, this one, which is like purple. And look at the hair. Look at the hair. Look at that. It's kind of scary. And then there's this one from the TV series that I don't like. Because, like, look at it. First of all, look at it. I don't like that. The original Nightwing from the TV show, from this game, I mean. what it looks like. The new 52 Nightwing, which I love. I love when he turns to red. I love the red Nightwing. Look at his feet even. His feet look like Nike. Looks like he's wearing Nike shoes. Okay. And then here's I think we see him in Arkham City for like a second, and this is what he looks like. His long hair, big ugly mask that I don't really like. It's a similar version to this one, the one that we see in this game, and it's just a little bit less updated because you know this is like the future from then, right? So this is like a past version of this. And then there's two different versions of Harley Quinn. The one that we see of her in the game, which is this one, which you've all seen before, and then there is this one, which you can see in the DLC, the Batgirl story. Which looks like this. It's nice. And then I'm actually gonna start with this one because there's Arkham Knight, aka Jason Todd. Here he is, and then here's Red Hood when you see him later in the Red Hood DLC. That's what it looks like. It's nice. And then there's characters and stuff, which again, it's Arkham Knight. Here's like the first Red Hood that we see. Most of them are just thugs and stuff that we see. This is like after you fight him in the main game. It's nice. Most of these guys are just like thugs and people that you would be fighting. But Alfred is a nice one to look at because you only get to see him in person once at the very end of the game. Alfred's a nice thing to see. So let me skip all this stuff. Deathstroke is nice to see. Let me open this up really quick. Cause look at this. Wouldn't you have just loved if there was like an actual like similar to Arkham Origins Batman versus Deathstroke fight? Oh, I would have loved that. What is this? Oh, Jason. It just looked like a monster at first. This is Jason Todd when he was being tortured by Joker in the flashback thing. Monkey, Ivy, Two-Face, Killer Croc. Yeah, this is all from the DLC stuff down here. I don't really know if there's anything else better to show you. Reporters, no. Man-Bat, maybe. You guys want to see Man-Bat up close? Look at him. Look at him. Look at this man's. Okay, and then there's all these vehicles and any model of anything that they had put in the game before. The Batwing, which you can see this up close, I guess, because you don't get to see it other than when it's flying around in the game, up above everybody. Tanks and stuff. That's most of what this is the tanks and cars around the map. Yeah, that's pretty much all that. And then there's, what's in the extras? I forget. Oh, yeah, concept art. It's like concept art things, which it's kind of tedious to go through everything. But there's all different kinds of stuff. There's a Easter egg to Clayface in one of these, if I can find it. Hold up. Let me look for it. What are these? I'm looking really fast. Where is he? This one? This one, yeah. You see him? It's up there on the back. It's Clayface. He looks like Godzilla in the movie. Not Godzilla. King Kong in the movie trying to swipe at planes. There's an Easter egg to Clayface. Not really much else that I can show you that's an Easter egg. I mean, there's these DLC maps for the AR challenges. And I think that's it. So I'm just going to quickly hit continue story. And then it'll start up. And I will show you the audio tapes because you can't do them from that menu at all. So. And actually, if you remember from the end of the game, we see Batman die. So, coming back into the city after he's dead is like impossible, cause like I'm gonna respawn back in the city and be fine. You know what I mean? And we just saw his house blow up and him die and all that, and like at the end of the game. Nope. Wait a minute. I don't want to look at this though. Let me just quickly let these all get checked off. And then, by the way, this is the exact same playthrough. This is the exact same save game that I did with the stream. I'm just gonna let these check all through really quick, and it unlocks the tapes at the top. See them? So hold on. I'm just gonna let these check off. I'm gonna do all of them, and then I'll go back to the beginning. Penguin. Sorry, I should have planned this ahead rather than doing this all at once. Scarecrow ones are nice. They're interesting. Okay. I forget what these ones are. These are small little ones though. Oh, Stag. Oh, that's a little bit of a backstory to what Stag was doing and why he got arrested for what he was doing. In case you didn't understand that in the main game. Because I didn't the first time I played. I was like, what? What did he do? Why is he being arrested? And then there's Harley Quinn, which also explains a little bit of how she got involved in the game. You'll see. Arkham Knight. It's nice. The Arkham Knight stories are nice, considering it's Jason Todd. Okay, let me quickly run over here to Riddler. Play tape. Oh.
Right, okay.
No. No.
Riddler
Stop.
bot memory for batted.
No. No. Stop. 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 Stop.
Adaptive AI algorithms uploaded. Join
Stop this.
spoiled. Now.
There.
I thought it best we meet alone, Edward.
I know what you're doing, Crane. Talking to me away from Cobblepot and the others. You're appealing to my ego.
Is it working?
Ha! I don't have an ego, Crane. I'm far too brilliant. Especially for the likes of you.
Of course, Edward. But nonetheless, we have a mutual foe.
A foe I could vanquish with but one of my cerebral lobes intact. Yet here you are, proposing an alliance that would let you bask in my luminescent glory.
But what if you failed, Edward? What if, by some underhand means, of course, the Batman were to humiliate you again?
Absurd.
I know, Edward, it's a frightening thought. How many failures can even your enviable reputation withstand? But if the Bat were distracted and tugged in too many directions by too many threats, why, then you would be assured of the upper hand.
I don't know how to respond to your ridiculous insinuations, so all I will say is this. Tell me which day you plan to attack Gotham, and maybe, just maybe, if you're lucky, I will coincidentally put my entirely separate and superior master plan into effect.
How kind, Edward. I will keep my fingers crossed.
So that's how he is also present on the during the events of the game on Halloween.
Who is this? Ah, Miss Kyle. You have the privilege of conversing with me, the Riddler, Gotham's premier supervillain and intellectual colossus.
And I'm honored, Eddie. Really. Bye.
Wait. I'll get to the point. I find myself in need of your unique skill set, your street smart, as your intellectually challenged kind adorably calls them.
I'm going to adorably hang up on you, Eddie.
No, listen. I need something acquired, something valuable.
Sorry, Eddie. It's just that I have all these clients who aren't insecure little power-mad man-children.
Fine. You may name your fee.
Information.
Ah, the most valuable commodity of all.
Scarecrow's planning something involving Batman.
I might be furnished with the absurd particulars of his ridiculous scheme.
I'll get you what you want, Eddie, if you tell me what I need to know.
So yeah, she was trying to help Bruce the whole time, kind of.
Right, okay. Riddler bot memory formatted, adaptive AI algorithms uploaded, joints oiled. Now, give my creation life! Ah, damn it! Useless hunk of dead metal. Do you want to become a semi-automated theme park mannequin? Because that's the fate in store for you.
Problem, Eddie?
Ah, Miss Kyle. You're here.
And you already have company. Almost, anyway. Did you lose your friend's batteries?
Why, yes. In a manner of speaking, anyway. I'm depleted.
And always compensating for it, too.
Oh, Catwoman, your wit never ceases to occur. Now, I need you to procure a set of rechargeable energy cells for me. Stag Enterprises' Nimbus Tech will work. I'm sure Wayne Enterprises has an equivalent.
Got it. It's been a pleasure as always, Eddie. Except for the talking to you part.
Wait! At least take a glimpse at what it is you're supposed to be stealing. There, in the robot's chest cavity. Go on. It won't bite.
Eddie, there's no... What the hell? Eddie, make this thing let me go.
Batteries? You think I needed batteries? Oh, Ms. Kyle, you underestimated my bespoke power supply innovations, and that was your downfall.
What is this, Eddie?
This is, you are, bait. You see, I've identified what I believe to be some sort of attachment between you and Batman. The base nature of this attachment, quite frankly, disgusts me. But it will bring him here.
You'll regret this.
The world's greatest detective does not frighten me.
He's not the reason you'll regret it.
Okay, so there's a little bit of how Selina was brought into this story and why she was even captured in the first place. Was because of this. His supposedly superior plan. Hold on, let me just give it these check marks really quick, or exclamation points, or whatever they are. Who else is interesting? Joker. Joker's interesting. He only has one tape?
2 years ago, I uncovered Joker's plot to unleash a genetically enhanced army on Gotham. The drug he used to modify his henchmen was called Titan. Before I could stop him, Joker ingested a massive dose of the Titan formula and mutated into a gigantic abomination. I managed to defeat him, but his overdose had devastating side effects. Joker was dying, and he needed a cure. To ensure my cooperation, he infected my blood with his own, leaving me no choice but to help him. But that wasn't all. He contaminated Gotham's blood banks, too. The result? The patients currently quarantined here. Joker's mutated blood behaves like a prion infection, attacking the brain and transforming these people into him. Unless we find a way to reverse the process, no one will be able to stop what he has unleashed.
Okay. That's a little bit of an explanation of if you didn't see anything that happened in Arkham Asylum. This game takes place 2 years after that, after the events of Arkham Asylum, when Joker dies. So, I'll do. I don't want to do this, but I'll do it because it's a tape.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the circus of strange coming to a town near you. Never before has such a host of talented performers gathered in one place to amaze and entertain. Be astounded by Big Top. Is it a man? Is it a woman? Who knows? But I guarantee it's the most gigantically grotesque assortment of flesh you have ever seen. Be dumbfounded by the acrobatic oddity that is science. Stare open-mouthed as these conjoined triplet hooves defy the limits of the human body and its imagination. And last, but by no means least, be stunned and horrified by the combustible wonder that is phosphorus crack soup. Folks, you gotta see it to believe it. Come and join us, and you'll never look at the world the same way again.
and he's terrifying.
Janosch, my dearest son. Oh, my perfect child. I make these recordings so that you are not alone. So that you know Daddy loves his son. Daddy loves his little pig. The circus has traveled far, and we have brought joy to many sad people. They join us now like a big family, growing week by week. Now they feel no pain. They know nothing of misery. I call them my Dollartrons. To each new home we move at night, finding a fresh patch of earth to inhabit. Secret places in forgotten parts of town. Ugly wastelands where the locals stumble unawares into our candy-striped tent. The Dollartrons are the first to greet them with open arms and perfect faces. The climax of the show is when I take them to see Mother. Oh, I tell you, they are amazed by my imagination, confounded by my dexterity, as each is transformed into a beautiful work of art. But Mother is hard to please. She wants more, always more, never satisfied, always driving me to work harder to obtain perfection. And I will. Night has drawn its curtain yet again, and the circus moves on, our numbers swollen to a different patch of earth. On the dark horizon, the building tops glimmer, the heat and smog of industry shrouds a den of criminals and beasts. Gotham is her name. Janosch, I tell you, the circus has come home.
He is very terrifying, and I don't like it.
My dear Janosch, it is time you learned the truth about your mother, your real mother. I remember not her name or how she found me, wallowing in that pit of despair. Oh, like an angel, she swept into my turvy world, dragged me, screaming, from shapeless chaos, and wrapped me in her arms. She was a beauty, Janosch, a masterpiece, perfect in every way, until Mother Goat found her. Imagine my horror when I emerged from that dreamy soup and discovered what she'd done. Placenta face, cork-on smile, ribbons of ruptured flesh. Ooh, the nails had done their work. But by then my seed was already sown. Your life already begun. Mother would have killed you both had I not stopped her. Saved you from her rage. Day and night I worked, month after month, sculpting her loathsome clay to recapture the beauty that saved me that night. The night of your creation. She clung to me as you grew, as I toiled to make her right again. But nothing pleased Mother Goat. Nothing. I did all I could to fix her, to make her perfect. But by the time you came along, I couldn't even look upon that spoiled canvas of her face. I couldn't let that be the face that greeted you in this world. I had to end it, Janosch. For you. For Mother. She left me no choice.
Terrifying. We'll do Penguin, I guess.
Keep that smoke out of my face, little man.
What's the matter, Harv? Burning smell bring back some bad memories.
You're a real couple of bozos, you know that?
Enough.
Well, about time you showed your face.
Yeah, what's left of it.
What's the deal, Crane? Why are we here? Because you share something. A fear that strikes at you from the shadows, hunts you, keeps you afraid of the dark.
Yeah, we all fear Batman. Tell us something we don't
Sorry, just laughing to hear Arkham Knight's voice.
This cocky gobshite isn't the first bat fanatic to muscle in on our turf. I'd sooner piss on him than trust him.
The coin says give him a chance.
Sod the stinking coin. When I make a deal, I like to look a man in the eye.
Did you bring a footstool?
Yeah, real funny, Harv. You keep talking like that, and Scarecrow's little ceasefire ain't gonna happen.
Let this Arkham Knight run his army. Leave him and Scarecrow to chase the bat. We can take care of ourselves.
I'm having nothing to do with your bank job. Aside from my cut, of course.
You just make sure our men are armed and their guns are loaded.
Oh, don't you worry, Harv. The guns will be loaded. Every bleeding second of this truth.
Two of the best voice actors ever having a conversation in two different voices. The voice of Penguin in this game is Nolan North. I love Nolan North, but not as much as I love who the voice of Two-Face is, which is Troy Baker, who is also Joel in The Last of Us, and Jason Todd in this game. And oh my god, he does, not only does he do that, but he does, Troy Baker does Two-Face and Harvey Dent. So he does the weird evil voice that is Two-Face, and then the nice, cheerful, happy voice, kind of, which is just his own voice. That's Harvey Dent. And then of course he does Jason Todd in this game too. So no more talking, just listen to the tapes.
Look at you, getting claret everywhere. Look like you've done 10 rounds with Grundy. Oh, my arm, I think it's broken. This had better be good, otherwise I'll give you a matching pair. What happened?
Oh, we got to the docks, like you said.
Harvey's men?
They had the same idea as us.
Someone warned them, didn't they? You dirty, filthy crust.
Boss, please. Someone got the drop on all of us. They killed everyone.
What?
He went through us like we weren't there. I never seen anything like it.
The Arkham Knight.
He had a gun in my mouth. He said this was a family now. We all gotta get along. And he said you better know your place.
Cheeky bastard.
Hey, don't shoot the messenger, right, boss?
Nah. I could break his bloody arm, though.
Oh, boss. My arm.
Okay, there's that. That's just, for some reason, Arkham Knight just dove down and killed all those guys. I don't know what they were doing, to be honest. Let's do Harley Quinn, because that's fun.
Who's there?
It's Mr. Adams. We spoke on the phone.
Oh, come in, but slowly, and keep your hands up.
Thank you for agreeing to see me, Miss Quinzel.
Well, you said you know something about Mr. J. Start talking.
Well, it's not every day I have a gun pointed at my face. It's rather exciting, isn't it?
You got about 2 seconds before I blow your wrinkly old brains out. What's so funny?
I'm just remembering an old joker. Oh, sorry. I meant joke.
I don't listen to jokes no more.
What's red and flat? A baby under an anvil. Why couldn't the policeman catch the thief? Because his legs have been cut off. A father takes his family to the amusement park. They all die in a car crash on the way home.
You're real funny. You know, I ain't laughed like that since. I miss my pudding.
Oh, poor Harley. I've missed you too.
Yeah, he was not symptomless like he had seemed at the beginning of the game. He was entirely, he was like a bipolar Joker. He was half Henry Adams, half Joker, and he was just hiding the Joker side very well, and it was great. So you'll see.
Patient interview, October 15th. Please state your name.
Henry Adams. What is this place, Batman? Where am I?
You're here for your own safety, Henry. You could be sick.
sick. I've never felt better in my whole life.
You're sure? No mood swings, behavioral changes?
Absolutely not. Those people in the other cells, who are they?
Their blood was contaminated. Like yours.
What? I mean, I'm not the only one.
I think you're the key to helping them.
Those smiles. I've seen that before. It's him. The Joker.
We'll find a cure, Henry.
We're in danger, Batman. You can't risk that kind of evil escaping into the world. You should kill them. All of them. It's the only way to be sure.
That's all for now, Henry. Interview over.
Okay.
Mrs. Q, this is Mr. J. Come in. Over.
Read me loud and clear, Mr. J.
My infiltration remains utterly flawless. Operation Pudding Break is a go.
Yippee! How are my babies?
They're in rude health, my dear. All dying to meet Mommy. Now, you remember the plan, don't you?
Yeah, I don't really want to hit you over the head, though. It's gonna hurt.
We've been over this, my little knuckle duster. It's the only way to convince Batman that I'm to be trusted. You do want to kill him, don't you?
Yeah, okay.
Ooh, have to dash. Bird Boy's coming. See you soon. Mr. J, over and out.
And that's how he snuck by and just, was perfectly fine. And this is an explanation for Simon Stagg and why he's a criminal.
Damn it! Sorry. Dropped it. Jittery hands. I keep thinking someone's gonna barge through the door at any moment. The scotch probably didn't help. Oh, sorry. Forgot to introduce myself, didn't I? My name is Alex Sartorius. Dr. Alex Sartorius. And this, well, I suppose this is my confession. 20 years ago, I went into business with my friend and business partner, Simon Stagg. Oh, it feels strange talking into this thing. I've never been one for the limelight. Never cared for attention. He was the businessman, I was the scientist. Stagg Enterprises was a fine name by me. And we did fine work, too. I want you to remember that. Whatever comes out. The cure for the Tugela virus. That was us. The treatment for Collier syndrome. That was us, too. No. Not us. That was me. I never cared about the financials, of course. I never needed to. Don't you worry, Alex, Simon used to say, and I believed him. Believed him right up to the day he told me there was a big, gaping hole where next year's budget was supposed to be. I wonder, now, of course, if he was lying. I mean, can you blame me? If you just come out and asked me, I'd probably have said no. I'm no bleeding heart, but if there'd been no need. Oh, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? These anti-anxiety meds, they rattle your brain. What I'm trying to say is that day, the day we ran out of money, that's when the weapons contracts began. Hello? Yes, hello. I am in a better mood today. I've discovered a pharmaceutical cure for paranoia, you see. You put the anti-anxiety pill straight into the whiskey bottle and you swirl it around. Oh, no. Where was I? Oh, yes! Chemical weapons, biological weapons. Oh, wonderful things. We went into business to save people, but it turns out that killing them paid better. Not well enough for Simon, though. That greedy, grasping parasite, that bastard! There are many buyers for this stuff, you see. Not legal buyers, anyway. So, you had to be competitive. But how can you do research quickly when human testing is illegal? Not to mention life-threateningly dangerous, unethical, unfathomably risky. Well, it's obvious. You do human testing anyway. He never told me where they came from. Just that no one would miss them. You think I want forgiveness? You think this is some desperate mea culpa? I was raised Catholic, but I chose science over faith. This is not about me, this pathetic, drunken confession. I struck my bargain, let him threaten me into silence while I worked on my vaccines, my cures. So don't judge me, whoever you are. Whichever junior reporter at the Gotham Herald was lucky enough to press the play button on this device. No! This isn't about me. This is about him. He's gotten worse. We're a pharmaceutical company in name alone these days. It's all weapons. Some to the army, even more to the people the army's fighting. And now Scarecrow's here? I know what they're doing. They're taking my technology, my mass inoculation device, and they're turning it into something twisted, something wrong. Well, I won't let that happen. I won't turn a blind eye anymore. This confession will be my epitaph, the proof that I was not content to weigh the good I've done against the evil done by him anymore. If you were listening to this...
Dr. Sartorius, Mr. Stagg would like a word.
And he probably had him killed. Stagg, that is. So that's why Stagg's a criminal. That scientist that was talking had made a mass inoculation device, also known as the Cloudburst, which clearly almost killed everybody in Gotham. So, very fun, right? And there's all these tapes for this guy, but they're just like, they're not very interesting. They're really not. And they're long. It's just like explains something about Deacon Blackfire, which he's just like a side character anyway. You only see him for 20 seconds and then you never see him again. So, let me listen to, I don't remember what Arkham Knight has. I don't remember.
Patient notes. Gordon, Barbara, session 1. Wake up, Miss Gordon. Wake up. Inject her. Another dose.
I'm awake, you bastard.
Good. Who is Batman?
Ask him when he gets here.
Thank you, Miss Gordon. I was afraid that my preferred interrogation method would not be necessary. Do you know why I wear these syringes on my hands?
Because you're insane?
I usually disperse my toxin as an aerosol. It's efficient, but not pure. Now, the terror I can elicit with a concentrated dose administered directly into the bloodstream, that is beautiful to witness. The long-term damage is more severe, of course.
Are you done talking?
I am, but you have barely begun. You'll be incoherent when my toxin dissolves the wall between your conscious mind and your suppressed subconscious nightmares. But as those fears slowly recede, they'll take this pathetic defiance with them.
You're still talking.
Very well.
Get the hell away from her! He's gone. Did he hurt you?
Spare me the good cop, bad cop routine.
No. See, you're supposed to keep me talking. Play for time. Wait for Batman. That's what he taught you, right?
I've got nothing to say to you.
Me? I talked for hours. Because I knew, right? Batman was on his way to save me. And the bastard just let me talk. Eventually, I just ran out of things to say. So trust me, you can't count on Bruce to save you.
Bruce.
Yeah, Scarecrow doesn't know. It's our little secret. Now here's another. Batman likes to play the hero, Barbara, and he's pretty good at it. But it's an act. Batman's not about saving the innocent. No. He's about punishing the guilty. And don't get me wrong. He'll look for you, or he'll try. But when it comes down to it, when he has to make a choice between you and the mission, he'll choose the mission. Every time.
You're wrong.
Look me in the eye and say that.
Jason? Jason, this is wrong.
This is justice.
He left me.
He lost you. And he mourned for you. Come home.
I can't go back.
Joker did, Barbara. He hollowed me out and filled me back up with hate and...
Jason, we can fix it.
I can fix it! I know now what to do. I take all this pain, all this blackness, and I put it all in a bullet, and I put it right between Bruce's eyes.
Joker's dead, Jason. You want revenge on the man who hurt you? You've got one shot. Come back to the manor. Let us help you. Don't let Joker win.
How's Alfred?
He misses you. We all do.
The Cloudburst is charged tonight. It's time.
Someone put a gag on her. Anyone hurts her, they're a dead man.
Barbara knew. The whole time. She never even said anything. I mean, even when we see her after she's presumed dead, and then, oh, she's not dead. Oh, well, actually, he learned before, so he didn't have to ask. And she didn't have to tell. Okay, never mind. So, we found out that Barbara was actually alive actually after we found out that Jason was Arkham Knight. So, I forgot about that. But, she never, like, she went back to the GCPD and stuff, but she never even, like, thought to tell him who the Arkham Knight was. But, I mean, he was gone by then, because he had ran away, because he thought he had failed. So, the last one we have is Scarecrow. I don't remember what happens in this, to be honest.
You should invest in better guards, Crane.
And you should invest in some manners. Who are you? Another pretender to the cow?
Call me the Arkham Knight.
Another child of the asylum set free. Tell me, what tortured soul cowers behind that mask?
It doesn't matter who I am. I'm here because we want the same thing. Batman dead.
You made short work of my guards. But Batman is a very different proposition. One for which I am fully prepared.
Those guards I killed, I could replace them with an army. An army trained in his methods.
Trained by whom?
Me.
And what would you know about Batman?
His fear.
Very well. You have my attention, Arkham Knight.
This is how they met. I didn't know, but I forgot what it was. This is how Jason and Crane met.
$3 billion is a significant investment.
People are willing to pay.
And what exactly would we be getting for our money?
Tanks, drones, a highly trained infantry.
You think you can just bring tanks into Gotham?
We hold a city ransom. We create panic and chaos.
A distraction.
As they run scared, we emerge, take over his habitat. Every rooftop, road, and back alley, we draw him out of the shadows and chip away until he has nowhere left to hide. And no one left to hide behind.
It's partially Jason's plan, but it's essentially Jason's plan combined with Scarecrow's plan, because they do things in the sense that, oh, Crane wants to do this first, he wants to do his thing first, he wants to tear him away and distract him with all these other people in the city, and all these other drones in the city, and everything in the city is distracting him, making him super busy, so he has no idea what's going on, and he's making him insane, and then basically Scarecrow wants to reveal his true fear, which is basically to become Joker. He doesn't, Bruce doesn't want to become Joker because it shows, the fear toxin shows your greatest fear, and when he gets injected in the game numerous times, or gets dosed with it numerous times in the game, you see Joker the whole game. That's why. So that's his greatest fear, is turning into Joker, and that's what's happening to him. So it's Crane wants to basically tear his mind apart and make him insane, and then Jason wants to kill him. So Crane basically says, let me tear his mind apart first, show everybody his greatest fears, show everybody that he's not a god, and then you can kill him. So
If you want him dead, why come to me? You seem capable.
He needs to suffer. I suffered, so he will too.
So, it's personal. something. I don't want Batman dead. I want him unmade.
He's better off dead.
Kill him and you martyr him. You make him a legend. But break him, humiliate him, terrify him, and hold him up for the world to see. Then he's nothing but a man.
Look, you can do what you want, Crane, but when you're done, I will kill him.
Very well. But know this. It will be an act of mercy when you do.
And essentially, the only plan out of those two plans that actually comes to fruition, or whatever the term is Scarecrow's, clearly, because technically Batman dies. Technically Jason's plan comes true too, but he's not the one that actually kills him like he wanted to be. So I think that's all of them, other than the Deacon Blackfire, but that's, you can hear those when you walk into Ryder's office at the GCPD, so it's kind of unnecessary to, play them all over again, because it's like annoying, and it's really not, it doesn't help the story building behind it anyway. So I think that's actually it. That's all of it. That's every little Easter egg and such in the game, other than there's Easter egg videos out there that you can look up, but I think that's it for this. So I will throw this up on my channel and let you guys see this. I am continuing the Need for Speed series that I've been doing. Actually, let me just exit. Like I said, I'm continuing the Need for Speed series that I'm doing. So, you check that out. So, I think, other than that, I will end this here and be back soon with some Need for Speed. So, until then, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.